Hey, old hag, how have you been doing? Your arthritis isn't acting up, is it?
You're really gonna start off the whole conversation with a big screw you, huh? What do you want from me? Also, just so you know, you probably shouldn't be saying things like that to people. Kind of a giant red flag for anyone that's dealing with you. You're basically announcing to the world that you're someone no one would want to deal with.
Well, it's true what they say about old hags, though, isn't it? You guys really do talk too long about things no one cares about.
I think it's better than young bitches who seem to have about 10 functioning brain cells, don't you think? So what do you want from me?
What are you planning on giving me for my wedding present, huh? I want to know what to look forward to.
Oh, wait, what?
I don't want you to get anything that someone else has already said they would get for me. Honestly, since you're such an old hag and out of touch with nice things, you can just give me straight cash, too.
How about you stop calling me an old hag when you're asking the person for a gift, huh? I appreciate you being candid to me, but listening to you talk is seriously just pissing me off.
I mean, can you really blame me? You don't look like you have any kind of sense of fashion, so I'd rather you just give me money, okay?
I didn't even know you were getting married. I guess part of me really didn't care either. Congratulations anyway.
Huh? We spoke about it today, though, didn't we? Come on, Rita. How could you pretend you were listening to me when you really weren't? That's so mean. Wait, hang on. Is your sense of hearing already going away? I knew you were way too old for your own good. Good. I really don't want to get old. It's terrifying.
I did not expect anyone to be telling me all this at the age of 35. Seriously, I'm not even in my 40s yet. My sense of hearing is going bad because I forgot about the story where you're getting married? Yeah, okay. If anything, I want you to praise my sense of hearing for intentionally filtering useless information such as you getting married from my brain.
Oh, come on. You're totally lying when you say useless information. You must be really jealous of me for getting married at such a young age. You must wish you were young and beautiful like me, huh?
Wait, what? How would I be jealous? What exactly am I jealous of?
Of course you're jealous. Why wouldn't you be jealous of me? You're like 10 years older than me. You understand that? You're literally a living fossil to me. And yet, you haven't even gotten married yet. I actually kind of feel a little bit bad for you, Rita. But that doesn't mean that you should feel jealous or envious of your cute coworker who's nice and young. If you get all jealous on me, I'm going to have to get upset.
I don't know what the hell you're saying, and it's honestly kind of spooking me. Anyway, whatever. Congratulations on your marriage, I guess. I'll think of something for your wedding gift. Don't worry about that. By the way, when is your wedding anyway? I don't remember that.
Wait, hold on. You're not actually suggesting that you want to attend my wedding, right? You're literally 35 and you want to come to my wedding?
Okay, I see. You don't want anyone that's over 35 coming to your wedding. Literally everyone is going to be younger than 35 that's attending, huh? That means that all of your relatives will also be younger than 35 years old, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I don't want an old hag that's not married and single at 35 to come to my wedding because she's totally bad luck for everyone around her.
I'm not sure how that's bad luck, Am I some kind of witch doctor or something?
A doctor? How full of yourself do you have to be calling yourself a doctor?
That's literally not what I meant when I said that to you, but okay, whatever, smooth brain. This must be the thing that everyone calls generational gap, because you're not understanding a single thing that I'm talking about with you. And I'm sure as hell not understanding anything that you're telling me.
Look, it's simple. I'm not going to let you into my wedding, okay? You are not coming to my wedding. You're just going to come to look for men to get married to, right? I know what you're thinking of at age 35 and being single. But I am telling you right now that I do not want some old lady to show up at my wedding like that to ruin things. You're going to embarrass me and my friends if you start flirting with them, so just stay the hell away.
I had zero intention of doing any of that, just so you know, but whatever, okay? I also didn't even want to attend your stupid weddings, so if anything, this works out in my favor because I don't have to come up with an excuse. I just wanted to know when you were going to get married because I was curious, but I guess that wasn't a good idea either.
As soon as I get married, I'm going to be leaving my job, just so you know. I've already spoken to my bosses and told them that I'm going to be leaving as soon as I'm married, too.
I see. Congratulations.
My fiancé is actually pretty well off. I mean, he looks kind of but, you know, money is good and money talks. He's kind of boring, too, to be honest with you. But he's an elite salesman at a huge company in Wall Street. I actually chose him out of several people I was seeing because I knew that this man had a really bright and rich future ahead of him. It's nice that I was able to get married to him while I was still able to make different choices and not be old and out of choices, you know?
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that you're being completely disingenuous when you say that, but whatever. Anyway, like I said, congrats.
Yeah. Thank you so much, old lady.
But I'm just curious. You said that he's got an face and he's pretty boring or something. Why would you marry him anyway? Wouldn't you want to marry someone who looks good or is at least funny to you?
I've actually been dating several people all at once, just like I said earlier. You know, I gotta see my options.
Wait, what?
As a result, he was the one that hit all the check boxes, you know? And by check boxes, I meant that he has the most income and the most promising future. I mean, there were a few things that were kind of sketchy, and I'm not sure I like them, but overall, he was the one who passed with flying colors, you know? Yay, me! Ah.
That's how you were comparing everything? This was all just some kind of competition to you, huh? I mean, that has nothing to do with me, so I can't really say anything about it, but I wonder what your fiancé would say if he found out about the fact that you were dating around and seeing other people while you two were dating.
He's a little older than me, actually. Kind of like you know? I mean, he's still younger than you, the old hag of the company, oh my god. But that's not saying much considering you're friends with dinosaurs. He must be so happy to be able to marry this cute and young woman who's willing to do anything for him. He'll be so happy and satisfied when he's with me, so for us, it's a win-win, you know what I mean? We're all happy here.
I see. Oh well, whatever. As long as you two are happy about the whole thing, then whatever. Me personally, I wouldn't like it if my fiancé was talking about me and our marriage like some kind of trade deal, but that's just me.
Literally, no one would want to marry you, you dumbass. You're unwanted, a leftover on the shelf. No one would want to marry a 35-year-old hag who talks way too much and clearly has way too much baggage. You literally overcomplicate everything. No one wants you.
Yeah, you go ahead and keep talking in. I don't really care what you have to say. Anyway, congratulations on your marriage.
Thanks. And seriously, please, please, please don't come to my wedding, okay? Promise me. Literally no one in this world wants to see some old bitch who's sad and depressed because she can't find love at all.
Understood. I will not be attending your shitty wedding.
I think you're probably going to be jealous of me for a while. But if you want to be upset at someone, you should definitely be upset with yourself. The fact that you're old and saggy, and you missed your chance to get married to someone.
Yeah, literally no one would ever be mad or upset at anyone else for them getting married. Like I said, none of this has anything to do with me. I was just giving you my 2 cents is all. Goodbye. Have a good one.
I specifically asked you not to come to the wedding. Why the hell are you at my wedding? You even specifically told me that you were completely uninterested and that you had nothing to do with me. You promised me you wouldn't come. I knew you wanted to be around me. Stop acting like you just didn't care about anything. Are you some kind of stupid? Seriously? Have you been inhaling paint fumes or something?
No, I'm pretty sure that you're the one that's being stupid right now.
Huh? What?
You don't even know why I came to the wedding, do you? And before asking me what I'm doing here, you ran up behind me and literally kicked me in your heel. Are you ashamed at all? Or is your brain incapable of feeling shame?
You're the one who should be ashamed. How dare you come to my wedding after I specifically told you to stay away? Are you not embarrassed that you came all this way to dig for men? You realize that everyone sees through your lies, right? Why the hell did this old hag bitch show up to my wedding? I don't want anyone thinking that we're friends at all, because we're not. They would think less of me for being around you at all. Get the hell out.
You know, you're acting awfully tough trying to chase me out of your wedding. Are you really sure that you should be doing that right now? I would think twice if I were you.
What the hell? What are you even talking about right now? Ha! You came all this way to your coworker's wedding and you want to find a man that badly? OMG. No one is ever going to fall for you, Rita. It's just impossible. Actually, there's a couple reasons it's impossible, and one of them is that you're way too old. How about you just give up and accept your single life all alone?
Okay, I understand.
Ah, so you finally accepted, huh? Good.
I've given up on any hope that having a conversation with you will lead to some kind of understanding of each other. This was all just a waste of time from the get-go. I never should have tried.
Some old bitch is showing up uninvited to my wedding. Of course I'm going to chase you the hell out. If you finally understand the kind of position you're in after getting kicked in your stupid herniated back, you need to get the hell out.
All right, well, you go ahead and tell my little brother, the groom, I said hey.
Huh? Little brother? What are you talking about?
I'm actually going to go home peacefully and quietly, okay? Don't worry. You go ahead and tell my brother I said hey, and that I'm only going home because of his fiancé.
Wait, hold on, Rita. What are you talking about, little brother?
What do you mean, what do I mean? Your fiancé, the groom, Randall, is literally my younger brother. Talk about living in a small world, huh?
What the hell are you talking about, Rita? Stop lying. You're not making any sense, and I'm tired of entertaining your stupid conversation already.
I mean, it's a fact, so what do you want me to do about it? Not like you could just wish it away. I most definitely was not invited to this wedding by you. You're absolutely correct. You told me to stay the hell away, and that was my intention, but, my younger brother really likes me, and he invited me to his wedding as his family member, so... Unfortunately, though, his fiancée happened to be the same empty-headed girl that uninvited me from the wedding. So...
You're lying. Tell me that you're lying, Rita, please. This isn't just some kind of BS that this old hag is just spewing to mess with me, right?
I don't think I've ever done anything to specifically target you and make you feel bad, but... You've been saying that on your own, right? I don't think you'd be able to come up with a single example of when I actually did anything to single you out. Who is the one that's literally name-calling me right now? It wasn't me. You've never even called me by my name. It's always old something. Read all of our messages, and you get someone to tell me who's singling out who in this conversation, you freaking grenade.
Wait, hold on. Are you seriously calling me a grenade right now? There's no way, right?
Who the hell else would I be talking to right now? You literally kicked me without saying a single word after I showed up at the wedding. Not a single word. What kind of nerves do you have coming at me like that? I mean, seriously, I just don't understand.
Wait, hang on just a second, Rita.
You're way too late now, Anne. You've gone way too far for me to be comfortable. I'm going to go home now. I've already left the wedding venue, just like you asked me to. I will not be attending the wedding. It might be a huge problem now that I'm not going to be at the wedding, considering I'm the older sister of the groom after all. But to be fair, you brought this on yourself. So, you win some, you lose some, I guess. Anyway, whatever. Good luck. Have fun. Bye-bye.
No answer. Please answer the phone, Miss Rita. I'm begging you. Please pick up. What do you want from me now?
I don't have anything I want to talk to you about anymore. I've already tried my best to talk to you.
I have things that I want to talk to you about, Miss Rita. You can't just vanish on us like that. You really are a pain in my side right now. I didn't know that this was what would happen. Randall is so pissed off because he found out what was going on. He says that he won't talk to me until I fix things. Please, come back right away. I need you to be at this wedding.
I don't care how many times you call me, Anne. I'm just going to ignore your call. I will never answer any of your calls. I don't have anything I want to talk to you about, so don't call me.
Why would you say such a thing to me, Rita? Come on, don't be like that. We're gonna be relatives soon, you know what I mean? We can't do this to each other. You're really setting yourself up for a really bad relationship from now on. Don't be like this, sis.
I honestly have no intention of ever having to interact with you as a relative. Even after we become relatives, just so you know.
Wait, what are you talking about, Miss Rita? I don't understand.
I'm saying that I'm going to tell my younger brother everything that you told me before you got married. I've decided that after you decided to roundhouse kick me in the back without saying a word.
What? What do you mean you're going to tell him everything? I literally haven't told you anything at all. Nothing that's incriminating anyway.
Well, how about the fact that you were dating several people at once and not actually making a decision until you felt like it was okay? I think that Randall has a right to know about everything that you've been iffy about this whole time.
Wait. Don't be so rash like that, Rita.
You can't just stop me like that. You've got to come to terms with what you've done in the past. Don't worry about it. I've already taken the liberty of letting my younger brother know about everything. I sent the screenshots from our text messages earlier. I think you're a little too late there, Anne.
Are you being serious right now, Rita? Please tell me you're just joking.
I'm sure he's figured out now that you're just going after the money or status now. It's not because you actually love my younger brother or anything like that. You're just using him. I think he's already figured out that he's basically just being compared against other men, too. That you couldn't really decide till you thought that he had a lot more money.
You realize what you're doing to me, right, Rita? You're kind of breaking everything that I've built up. If you keep this kind of thing up, Randall is going to freak out on me and get really pissed off. And I'm going to have to deal with it. Actually, it looks like he's already freaking out at me, so yeah, thanks for that, Rita. I need you to do something for me, or this whole thing is going to go to shit, and I can't have that happen.
Yeah, if this keeps up, the whole wedding might just be called off, huh? Maybe even your engagement. I think there's a saying for that. It fits perfectly. What was it? Oh yeah, rest in peace.
What? Are you seriously going to abandon me that easily? This cannot just go like this. You have to save me. The only reason that I'm being cornered and chased into this situation is because of one person, Miss Rita. And that person is you, Miss Rita. It's all your fault that I am in this situation. Do you not have any intention of helping me out at all?
Yeah, I literally have zero intention of helping you out at all. Especially considering I literally haven't done anything at all. If anything, you're the one that kicked me in the back and just chased me out of my own younger brother's wedding.
Yeah, apparently Randall's friends actually saw that whole thing go down too. They all told Randall about what happened. They couldn't keep it to themselves. Can you do me a favor and just tell him that it's not what it looks like? That there's more to it than just me kicking you? It's just a complete misunderstanding, and frankly, it kind of hurts me.
Dude, you know what hurt? You kicking me in the back. What exactly is the misunderstanding part anyways? It's a fact that you tried to chase me out of your wedding by kicking me in the back. Or am I remembering this whole thing incorrectly? What more or less was there that happened? That's literally factual information that they're saying.
I mean, that might be the case, and everything you said might be true, but I don't know. The only thing I was trying to do was chase some old bitch who was past her prime out of my lovely, amazing wedding.
Yeah, just so you know, our boss was also watching the whole thing unfold in front of his eyes too. He's going to be going home with me too. He said that he doesn't want to take part in your celebration.
Wait, why? Why would he want to go home too?
Well, it looks like you weren't listening to anything that anyone else had to say at all, but I'm going to be getting married to him this summer.
Wait, what? Married? What the hell? I did not hear anything about that at all. I would remember some old lady getting married miraculously.
Yeah, I kind of figured that you weren't listening. But that's just the way it's going to be, so yeah. You should be happy that you already submitted the paperwork for your resignation. Think about if you hadn't. Realize that this whole debacle was more than enough for our boss to fire you, right? At the very least, if not sue you.
But the department manager is really young, and somehow already the manager of the department. He's super elite and actually going places. And to top it all off, he looks really amazing. Why would a man like him be with such a slob like you?
Sorry to break it to you, Chief, but you're just another cheap woman and I'm not. I'm actually kind of impressed by how aggressively you can talk trash about me after all that's come to light. You really do have some kind of belief in yourself, I'll give you that. This pretty much guarantees the fact that you're going to be out of a job real soon. You might not even be able to get married. And you know what else that means? You're just going to be a jobless woman. You're really taking the L on this whole thing, aren't you, buddy? You've lost your marriage partner and you've lost your job all in one go.
I am going to get married. I haven't lost him yet. What are you talking about, Rita?
Yeah, that's if Randall is still interested in you after he found out about everything behind the scenes and seeing you drop-kick his sister.
It's all your fault, Rita. You sent some random screenshots when you really didn't need to do that. The only reason that he's getting mad at me right now and I'm under the microscope is because of you, Rita. The wedding should have started already and it hasn't even begun. This is all your fault and I want you to pay for it. Why the hell isn't anything starting? What the hell am I supposed to do about this?
I don't know, Anne. What do you think people should do about this?
I'm so pretty and cute, though. Why is this happening to me? People who are cute and young like me don't deserve this kind of treatment.
You realize that being young and cute has an expiration date, right? You've got maybe a year, 2 years tops.
What?
In that short duration, you've got to find someone who will deal with your crazy and deranged ass. Who also apparently happens to be pretty rich and willing to spend all of that money on you. I mean, just to be honest with you, with a personality like that, I'm not sure you're ever going to find true happiness, though. Good luck! Anyway, that's it for me. See ya! Anne had been told off by Rita, and she was initially really shocked by the whole ordeal. That wasn't the end of her whole shit show, however. In addition to Rita telling her off, Randall was also beyond furious by all the new facts that were brought to his attention. He was also furious that he was tired of dealing with Anne and her antics, so he just cancelled the wedding outright and paid for the cancellation fee. The whole wedding was called off in the middle of the event, and the engagement was called off as well. She lost her job and quickly became jobless and single in the blink of an eye. She's trying her best to try and find the next victim for her to try to sink her teeth into, but she's got no money, so she's having difficulty even going on dates, and so she's just getting older day by day. Can really see where this is going to end up in the near future. Rita, on the other hand, married the department manager who was very wealthy and smart. Her marriage was celebrated by many people, and it was the polar opposite of what you saw with Anne and her failed wedding.
Hey, why is the janitor grandma talking with all the other employees like she's on their levels? I was just talking with Chris about this, and there's no way you're trying to flatter all of them, right?
Flatter? Why would I be doing that? I see that you and Chris have decided to get married, so congratulations for that. I look forward to hearing more about that from you two in the coming weeks.
Well, I'm not happy to hear you congratulating me when you're just a stinky old janitor. Why are you even here? You're not going to ask me to invite you to my wedding, right?
Angela, are you sure there isn't some sort of misunderstanding here?
Please don't call me by my name. I have no idea why it seems like you're on the good side of all the other employees here, but why are you even allowed to be talking with all of them?
Angela? Are you really asking me that question? Did you not listen to anything that was told to you when you were hired to this company?
Yeah, I remember them saying that you are the janitor for this company. That's what the CEO was talking about, right? But to be fair, that whole speech I was given was so boring that I dozed off during most of it. I was even looking at my phone more than the whole introduction presentation.
I'm aware that right now you're in your office working, so do you think that's the right time to be messaging me?
That's not something you of all people should be worried about. I think you should be more worried about your own problems within this company, right?
What problems do I have then?
You have no other skills to use within this company, hence you being a janitor, which is awful for someone your age. Don't tell me that you're also not married. I know that I never want to be your age and still having to work as a janitor cleaning the whole office building. You must hate your husband if you're married.
I'm married, as a matter of fact, and I do not hate my husband, nor does he have anything against me.
You're in your 50s, right? Do you really have anything more to your future now that you've stooped so low as becoming a janitor? Well, I guess at your age, there really is nothing left in your future for you. I feel bad for you, but that's your current reality.
So we really do have a misunderstanding here. If you really have an issue with me that you'd like resolved, why don't you talk with Chris about all of that? Because continuing to talk to me as though you want to start something with me will not land you in a good place. So what do you want with me, Angela?
If you really want to know, I'd like you to disappear. I know that you seem to have good relations with a lot of the other employees here, but I'm sure that's what they're all thinking as well. You wouldn't want to keep talking to them all, knowing that, right? You'll start to look bad in front of Chris. And even worse, if he saw me talking to you, he'd think twice about me. I finally found a good man to marry, and I don't want you ruining that for me.
I wasn't planning on saying anything about this, but I think it's best that you go into the company's website and look into this company just a little bit more, okay?
Huh? What are you saying right now? I'm not going to listen to what some janitor tells me to do. And to be honest, I'm not planning to stay within this company forever anyway. Do you really think I'd stick around in a company like this for the long haul? No way. And to be honest, I don't have any drive to do work here either. So I think I'll just sit around looking cute for all the others, and that should be enough to get my salary. Haha.
So you plan to leave this job anyway, I see. Now I understand the full picture here.
I mean, look at me. I'm too good looking to work, so I plan to become a housewife soon. So really, this job is just for play until the wedding comes.
Well, with that kind of confidence in yourself, just be careful not to take too large of steps when you're on thin ice.
Huh? What are you trying to say?
I don't really have much else to say, but Angela, I think taking this job a bit more seriously will benefit you plenty. So to start, can you please take another look through the company's website and study up a bit more on this place? Now I need to get back to work. Please excuse me.
A janitor still trying to act all smart with me? Why are you here right now?
Huh?
You're just a janitor, so you shouldn't be here with everyone. Did anyone even invite you to this wedding to begin with? Get out of here! Now!
You've really gotten far with this whole misunderstanding, haven't you? And you went as far as to pour wine all over me at this wedding. Is that really something the bride should be doing on her special day?
Did you really think that because this was the wedding for a couple of company employees, you'd be invited to join? Well, I'll have you know that I do not view you as one of my coworkers. You just clean up the trash. You're not even a real employee.
Well, I suppose I'm not just some ordinary employee, am I?
Why is this janitor grandma even at my wedding today?
Can you please stop trying to belittle me due to your misunderstanding? I think you'll find what you're doing is not at all okay.
All you know how to do is clean up the toilet, so what makes you think you know what's okay and what's not? Wait, could this mean you're here to clean up the reception hall's toilets as well? Well, if that's the case, you can join all the other janitors here and get on with your work. But just make sure you don't come in during the rest of the wedding because you have no right to.
You may think that what you're doing to me is okay in front of everyone here, but to tell you the truth, you're being quite the nasty person at the moment.
I'm not going to take that from a grandma that smells like bleach. You're just here to clean up our mess. So why were you talking to all my guests? You smell bad, old lady.
Never thought you'd actually be willing to take things this far.
Well, it's not my fault that you thought you were invited to my wedding. Maybe if I come and spill some beer on you as well, you'll understand you're not wanted. Go home!
Can you at least let me stay until the speech is over?
Shut the hell up and go home!
you let me stay a little longer, I'll go home. I'll make sure to stay out of the wedding and everything for you after that. But if you just give me until after the speech, you'll understand everything a whole lot more clearly.
I'm so very sorry about everything. Can you please accept all of my apologies? Where have you run off to?
Even if you'd like to continue to apologize to me, you're far too late. You have the wrong idea about me, thinking that I was a janitor instead of the CEO of the company, and then going as far as you did is not forgivable. Are you happy now?
I really never knew that you were the CEO of the company, though. You didn't seem like the kind of person to be a CEO, so I had no clue.
Even though your fiancé Chris asked me to come here to give the wedding speech for you two, I never thought I'd end up on the stage covered in wine thinking twice about taking him up on his offer. I'd like for you to be thankful that I never once brought your name up in a bad way during that speech.
Even if you didn't bring up my name during that speech, you already threw everything into chaos. When you said that someone threw wine all over you, you gazed directly at me for everyone to see. Now even Chris knows that it was my fault.
Well, sorry for that. Both your fiancé and his family were in great surprise, and now the wedding has been canceled, right?
That's not all that happened, though. You saw what else happened, right?
Oh, I sure did. I think everyone saw what happened, right? You and your fiancé got into a huge fight up on stage and everyone began to panic.
And worse than that, Chris and his family have gone up and left me here after they had enough of me. Making me fall into hell in only a matter of seconds is going way too far, don't you think? And the rest of my coworkers just sat there without supporting me and have left me with a failed wedding. Don't you think this was too much?
What do you want to say, Angela? You poured wine all over me and now my dress is stained and I doubt any of it will come out. Do you really think any of your coworkers would support you after seeing that? No wonder they all came up to ask me if I needed help.
So you're going to think that all of this was my fault then? All I did was get a little confused over some things.
Angela, what are you really trying to say here? Can you tell me why you started texting me in the first place again?
I want you to apologize to you.
Well, you're not really apologizing to me right now, are you?
I'm sorry. It was my bad for spilling that wine on you. But I never once thought that things would get this out of hand. I've apologized to you now, so can you forgive me?
Even if you feel bad for what you've done, I'm way over trying to make up with someone like you.
Not only did a ton of my guests leave, but so did my fiancé and his family. What should I do?
Chris again already came in to apologize in person. He said he never knew that the woman he planned to marry was hiding so many things about herself, but he's right to say sorry for that because you've really shown everyone just the kind of monster you really are.
I'm sorry! I'm apologizing to you, so shouldn't you forgive me at least?
I'm not upset with you or anything.
Huh? Is that so? Well, then we don't need to worry about all that then. Let's get this wedding back on the rails.
I'm not upset with you because I've given up on you, so I'll not be coming back to that wedding of yours. And even after today, I have no desire to ever see you again. First, I'm going to ask that you pay for the cleaning of this dress after you stained it so badly. And if it cannot be cleaned, I'd like you to buy me a brand new dress to replace it.
You want me to pay for it to be cleaned? That's pretty expensive though, isn't it?
Well, it won't be as expensive as the cost of the wedding's cancellation fees.
Are you trying to kill me? My wedding's already been canceled and everything, and you expect me to suffer more.
And not just that, you're also fired.
Huh?
The next time you're in the office, you'll come to my office and we'll have you go through an exit meeting on all reasons for your dismissal. Make sure you're there on time to listen to the HR team and I.
What are you saying? Fired? Well, why should I be fired? You can't just fire me for this. You don't even have the right to do that.
Have you forgotten who I am? I have every right to tell my HR department to fire you. It's all my company after all.
You're lying, right? You can fire me that easily? Didn't you just say that you're not upset with me? Yet you're still not forgiving me for any of this? Please, just say you forgive me already.
Even if I wanted to, I'm too stubborn to let myself forgive you. I'm not mad at you, Angela, but I'm not forgiving you in any way. I really just don't want you around any of my employees anymore. I've heard from one of the department managers about how much you slack off. And you told me before that you plan to leave this job soon anyway, right? You'd said you'd be happy when you became a housewife and could leave the company. But it seems you're not going to become a housewife at all now, right?
Why is all of this happening to me? I wasn't the one that did anything wrong here.
So then who are you trying to say is the one to blame for all of this?
It's your fault for wearing janitor clothing at work. When you had all that dirty clothing on, there was no reason for me to think you were the CEO, right? I bet you were trying to hide this from me as a way of getting me fired.
So you seem to be far too upset to even properly rationalize now. The reason I was wearing janitor clothing that day is because I respect the janitor work within my company. That day I chose to help around the office to show my respect to everyone and make it clear that I was always thinking of everyone's needs. Was I wrong for being so kind?
I'm sure that's what you thought you were doing.
You already know very well that you blaming me for hiding nothing from you isn't going to work here, right? You showed me that you don't respect anyone within my company, especially the janitorial staff, and that's unacceptable. So I'm going to have you leave. And whether or not you can become a housewife or not now, I'm going to make sure that you're no longer in the company and are away from me.
But you already know that my marriage is on thin ice. Please, Doris, can you talk to Chris about all of this?
I will most definitely not.
Why not, though?
Not only did you say very rude things to me thinking that I was the janitor, but you also spilled wine all over my dress at your wedding. I'm firing you not only on my own behalf, but also on the behalf of all the employees within my company, including the janitorial staff. And no matter how much you try to complain and cry about what is being done to you, there is no stopping the inevitable from reaching you.
Please, 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 don't say things like that now. I did want to quit at some point, but I don't want to leave the company in the current situation. If I'm not able to make things right with Chris, what will I do?
Well, I suppose we don't know what'll happen between the two of you, but maybe I can find use for you within my company.
Really? So I won't be fired, right?
But that's only as long as you work as a janitor.
Huh? A janitor? You're going way too far now. Are you trying to make me look like an idiot in front of everyone?
Look, that's what I'm talking about. You really haven't learned a thing from all of this talking. You've just sat there spewing out garbage and not taking a single word of mine into consideration. Well, if you're not going to be able to work as a janitor within my company, then there's no other positions that I could put you in. As for your wedding today, congratulations. I hope you and Chris will have a great life together. Well, that's only if you and him can get along anymore, right? In the end, the wedding was cancelled, and the idea of the two getting married fell apart very quickly. And since Angela's mental health was ruined, she no longer showed up at the office ever again to speak with HR, and so she was fired without an exit meeting. But later on, she began to stalk Chris, as she still thought she had a chance of getting his trust back. However, after having multiple run-ins with him, where he told her to stay out of his sight, and that she was no longer on his mind, she resorted to standing outside his house and watching him through the windows. This didn't end up going any better for her, and she ended up having police called on her at one point, and was taken back to her parents' house, where they proceeded to kick her out and she became homeless. The dream of becoming a housewife for Chris has now become anything but reachable. She may be in a very tough spot now, with nowhere to really go, but this is all part of the prize she won for being so disrespectful to Doris. Her best bet now is to really learn from her mistakes and take the right steps in changing her life back the way it was, minus the horrible attitude she had.
You'll attend Rachel's wedding, right? Make sure that you wear a lot of makeup and buy yourself a nice dress. Otherwise, you'll stand out among the other beautiful guests. You need to try to cover up your ugliness. Please don't embarrass our family.
I do plan on going to Rachel's wedding. Do you have a problem with my usual makeup?
I'm a little surprised because most people look nice when they wear makeup. The makeup isn't doing anything for you. And why are you so confident about your looks? If I had your face, I'd make more of an effort to look prettier.
I can't change the way that I look, and you're being hurtful as always. I'm going to Rachel's wedding, so what is the problem here?
I'm worried that you're going to embarrass us at the wedding, that's all.
I'm married to Sean, but that doesn't mean that I get along with you. You're not related, so you don't have to tell anyone at Rachel's wedding that we're family.
Shouldn't you make more of an effort to get along with me?
I've tried. You just don't want to let me in or accept me for who I am.
You just need to promise me that you won't do anything to embarrass me or Rachel at her wedding. I'm going to avoid you at the wedding so that people don't know we're family. You should do the same.
Fine, but I just think that you're being really rude. You only care about your own feelings. I don't know how Sean's been putting up with you this whole life.
Shut up. If you make any more rude comments to me, I'm going to get Sean to divorce you.
I don't think that Sean would agree to that. Sean's an adult. He's not going to take your advice on what to do with his marriage. Besides, he's happy being married to me. I mean, if he were the type of person to get his own mother to make important life decisions for him, I wouldn't want to stay married to him.
Well, if you make fools out of us, I'm going to suggest to Sean that he divorce you. I'm sure that if I told him the reasons why I wanted him to leave you, he'd choose me over you. To be honest, we all want you to get divorced.
Okay, you told me this so many times. You have nothing to worry about. I won't do anything to embarrass you at Rachel's wedding. I assure you of that.
Even if you don't do anything, your presence in of itself is an embarrassment to this family.
Well, I can't do anything about that then. I'm busy, so I'm going to go now.
Well, you can pick me up tomorrow.
Why would you need me to do that? Isn't it your wedding day?
It is, but I'm out drinking with friends now, and I don't think that I'll be able to wake up early and take myself to the venue. You're coming to the wedding anyways, so it won't be a problem for you, right?
I am, but I need time in the morning to get ready for your reception. I also have an appointment at the hairdresser to get my hair done.
Nobody is going to care about how you look. Don't you think that it's more important for the bride to arrive at the venue on time?
You're rude, just like your mother. Can't you ask your parents or your fiancé instead?
They aren't able to pick me up, which is why I'm asking you to do it. Besides, I don't want my family to know that I'm out drinking the night before my wedding. I'm the bride. You need to listen to me. It's my big day.
Okay, fine, if you insist. Where should I meet you tomorrow morning then?
Come pick me up at my parents' place. I'm supposed to spend the night there tonight.
Well, if you're staying with your parents, can't you head to the wedding venue with them then?
Actually, my parents are staying at a hotel tonight, close to the wedding venue.
Then why don't you stay at the hotel with them? Wouldn't that be more practical?
Everyone thinks that I'll be staying at the hotel too, but I have my reasons for not going there. So can you take me to the hotel tomorrow morning instead of directly to the wedding venue?
I don't understand the situation. Rachel, what's going on?
Tonight is my bachelorette party, and I want to party hard before getting married. And I don't want my parents to get in the way of that. You understand that, right?
I think that I see what you're doing here. You're making everyone stay at a hotel so you can do whatever you want on your last night being single. And you're going to pretend that you stayed at a hotel and go to the wedding with the rest of your family, right?
That's right.
You have your own car, so why can't you drive to the hotel yourself?
I told my parents that I'd go to the hotel by train, so they'd get suspicious if I took the car.
I see, then why don't you take a taxi?
A taxi is going to be expensive. It'll be much cheaper if you came and picked me up. Thanks, and see you tomorrow.
So you're giving me no choice in the matter then?
Yes. Please come pick me up at 7 a.m. because I'm supposed to have breakfast with my family at 8 at the hotel.
That's pretty early, but fine. I'm only doing you this one favor because it's your wedding day. I'm never going to do something like this for you ever again.
Where are you? I heard that you were in a car accident.
Yes, that's right. I'm in the hospital right now.
So it's true then. You got into an accident.
I did, and I'm injured pretty badly.
How can you do this to us?
What do you mean? Are you saying that I purposely got myself into an accident?
You're still going to make it to the wedding though, right?
What?
It's Rachel's wedding today. You can't not be there. What will people think?
The accident wasn't my fault. Another car crashed into me and just ran from the scene. I'm in a lot of pain right now. There's no way that I'll be able to attend the wedding in my condition.
You can't cancel on us at the last minute. We need you at the wedding.
But you told me before that you didn't want to see my ugly face at the wedding. I don't think that anyone will miss seeing me today.
You just want to embarrass our entire family. You're so selfish. If you're not coming to this wedding, I won't consider you a part of the family anymore.
You're not really making any sense to me right now, but whatever. Are you going to force me to go to the wedding with my injuries? I can't even walk without crutches right now.
Well, you can still limp.
You're unbelievable. I would say this is abuse.
If you don't want Sean to divorce you, I suggest you come to this wedding.
Why do I have to be punished with divorce just because I can't make it to one wedding?
It's important for our family. Rachel is getting married, and as my son's wife, you should be there.
How can you threaten someone who's just been in a car accident? Don't you have any compassion? You're a terrible person. I have broken bones and I'm not well.
So what? Who cares about a few broken bones? Today is Rachel's big day. I am not going to let you miss that. I don't want to hear any excuses from you. You need to come to the wedding.
Fine, I'll come to the wedding since it seems that I have no choice in the matter.
I'm going to punch you in the face if you're late.
See, I understand.
The wedding starts in an hour. Hurry up.
I'm on my way, but I'm not responsible for what happens next.
What is your problem? I'm furious. How dare you?
How is this my fault? I went to the wedding like you asked me to. What is the problem? You said that if I didn't come to the wedding, you'd make Sean divorce me.
I didn't think that you'd actually come to the wedding limping and all bloody. The other wedding guests were in shock.
Yeah, I saw that. When they found out that Rachel was the one that crashed into my car and ran away from the scene. I'm sure that they can't stop talking about it. Are you shocked too?
Of course I am. And you didn't have to tell everyone what Rachel did. How could you do this to us?
Everyone was asking me about what happened to me, so I just told everyone the truth. I didn't do anything wrong. Would have been wrong of me to lie. Rachel's the one who committed the crime here. She should be arrested. How can you try to blame this on me?
I had no idea that Rachel did that to you. That's why I wanted you to come to the wedding. Had I known, I would have never asked you to come.
Well, it was Rachel's responsibility to tell you what happened. And as her mother, you're responsible too. Rachel was the one that asked me to pick her up by car at your house this morning. I parked my car in front of your house and was waiting when Rachel crashed into my car. I don't know whose car it was, but Rachel was speeding. She was driving under the influence and broke my bones. I should have never married into this family. You give me nothing but bad luck.
I know that you're making this all up. Rachel was staying at the hotel with us last night. She couldn't have been out drinking.
How can you be so sure that she stayed at the hotel? You didn't see her until breakfast this morning. And Rachel's fiancé told me that he hadn't seen her last night at the hotel. I went to your house to pick up Rachel because she asked me to. She basically gave me no choice. I can show you her text messages if you don't believe me. She told me that since it was her last night being single, she wanted to party with her friends. She drank too much and stayed out until the morning, which is why she rushed home in her car.
So it really was Rachel that hit you then? She caused a hit and run? But did you have to air our dirty laundry to all our wedding guests? Was that really necessary?
You forced me to come to the wedding. People were going to ask me questions. I had no choice. I didn't want to attend the wedding. I should have stayed at the hospital to rest and recover. I went because you wanted me to. Why aren't you more grateful?
Why do I have to be grateful? As Sean's wife, you're obligated to attend big family events. We had to cancel the wedding midway because of all the chaos that you caused. I'm angry, if anything. You ruined Rachel's wedding.
It was the groom that asked to cancel the wedding. It had nothing to do with me. The person you should be blaming is your daughter, Rachel. I'm the victim here. I think that you and Rachel owe me an apology at the very least.
I'm never gonna forgive you for any of this. I want you to divorce Sean. I never considered you family, and we're officially breaking up with you.
I don't care because I feel the same. I agree that it's best for me to break up with your family.
What the hell?
Sean is in complete agreement with me. We're cutting all ties with you.
What are you saying? I'm talking about you divorcing Sean.
At first, Sean didn't know what was going on, but when I explained everything to him, he's livid with the way that you and the rest of the family have been treating me. He's the only responsible one in your family. What Rachel did to me is a crime, and instead of worrying about the fact that your daughter is now a criminal, you're trying to blame the whole thing on me. Sean and I are making the right choice in cutting all ties with you.
But Sean is my son. You can't let him make the mistake of cutting ties with his own family. You're being selfish.
I think that you and Rachel are the selfish ones here. The police are on their way now, and they're going to arrest Rachel. And her fiancé was wise for canceling the wedding. I'm sure that he's not going to marry Rachel after this.
Who's gonna pay the cancellation fees? The groom has already returned all the wedding gifts and congratulatory gifts and money.
It's not the groom's fault. No one wants to marry a criminal. I think it makes sense for your family to pay the cancellation fees. It was lucky for him that he and Rachel weren't legally married yet.
How can you say that? Don't you feel sorry for Rachel? You're a part of this family.
I've never considered you family, and after what Rachel did to me, I'm cutting you out of my life. I mean, you're the one that told me that I didn't belong in this family in the first place. You wanted to kick me out from the day that Sean and I got married. So can you stop saying that we're family only when it serves you a purpose? I've had enough of your bullshit. Sean and I want nothing to do with this family anymore. As for your husband, he found out about the way that you've been mistreating me all this time, and he's not happy about it.
Don't bring my husband into this. Don't mess with my family any more than you already have.
I don't need to do anything. Your husband and the rest of your family were at the wedding, and they know what Rachel did to me. It's up to him with what he wants to do now, and he knows everything.
Melanie, I think you need to calm down. I think that we should sit down face to face and have a talk.
There isn't anything that I'd like to discuss with you. I don't want anything to do with you. You failed as a mother, and you need to take some responsibility for what Rachel did. And Rachel needs to pay for what she did to me. Goodbye now. It was nice knowing you. You said that I was an embarrassment to the family, but look how your real daughter turned out. Helen was horrified and embarrassed because in the end, Rachel was arrested, and news about the arrest and cancellation of the wedding spread fast. Because she was so oblivious to what was going on around her, she ended up ruining her life. The rest of her family and relatives cut her off completely, and she was forced to live the life of a recluse. Her husband divorced her as well. At first, Helen tried to rely on her son Sean and his wife Melanie, but for obvious reasons, they completely shut her out. She has nowhere to go now and no family to depend on, and we can only imagine that a life of despair awaits Helen. She did this to herself, if only she had been shrewd about her decisions. But it's too late to regret it now because the damage has already been done.